Hello, everybody. This is Veronique from YourNextWave.Life, and I am extremely excited today that our guest is Lorraine Enright. And Enright calls herself the real life coach. And that's because she coaches people for their real life, what's really going on in their own life. And I love how she calls herself a mechanical mindset coach. And I'm very excited to find out more about this from Lorraine. So Lorraine and I were having a conversation about a topic that we both are very, very passionate about, which is life is messy and sometimes things don't work the right way. And some people feel a little bit depressed, or they feel a little bit sad, or they feel anxiety. And right away, the doctor kind of goes, here, take some pills. And both of us feel very strongly about that. So Lorraine, can you tell us more what your opinion is?
Yeah, thank you, Veronique. It's great to be here with you. I'm excited about this interview. And yes, it is, for me, it's something I'm really passionate about. I'm a mechanical mind coach that works with thoughts, emotions, and energy, which also then delves into the real life coach and the side of depression. I believe that antidepressants are required, but one of my main passion and purpose in life is to minimize the intake of antidepressants. I believe that through life events, we can become depressive and anxious in our states. But again, as you mentioned before, when we go to a doctor and we speak with the doctor, we only have 8 to 12 minutes with the doctor. And unfortunately, probably their first port of call when you have such limited time and you say how you're feeling is, here they go, here's something to take for that. And I do believe there's possibly a third of the population that doesn't require to be on antidepressants. And for me, it's been something that I've lived alongside mental illness for over 50 years. I've seen what mental illness can do to a person, let alone the family and the environment, taking all the medications, the shock treatment, the list goes on. And I know that if we can get to the root cause of what is happening in one's life, then we can start to release that, work with that, deal with it, and bring into the qualities that people have, opposed to being stuck in that environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so how do you help people realize what the root cause are? What tools do you have in your toolbox?
Well, for me, the hard part of people realizing that is they're not going to realize it until they're ready themselves. So I work deeply with our self-worth, because when we're in those situations, it is our self-worth that gets the battering. It is that self-talk that we start to say, oh, geez, I really stuffed up there, and this is really challenging, and I haven't been good enough, I haven't stepped up, all these sorts of things. And that is tapping into, deminimizing or diminishing our worth. So it's important to understand and keep that at key always. And for me, I have many modalities behind me. I started as life coaching, but I'm an NLP master practitioner. I find NLP is very powerful. I have hypnotherapy behind me, and also many energy works, meridian chakras, much energy healing, because I believe it's very much a holistic approach. So for me, I'm a big questions person. I ask lots of questions, and it really is amazing when I see my clients, because I repeat back what they say to me. I don't make up my words. I'm very much a prolific writer in what they're saying. And then when those aha moments come and we work and release, and then I repeat back all those things, they just look at me and I'll go, but these are your words. And because they've been so stuck in that time, they've forgotten all these wonderful things that they have, all these qualities and abilities. So questioning is a key thing for me. I have clients that have been very frustrated by questioning, but it's been very powerful and it works.
Yeah, absolutely. It is one of the most powerful tools that we have in our tool belt. That's for sure. That's for sure. And so, what would you like people to know about working with you?
I really want people to know that it is possible to really come from your authenticity, your true essence of, and it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have, the ebbs and flows in challenges. But the more that we restrict and resist to those, because we don't like them, we don't want to face them, we're so hard on ourselves, all of that is resistance, and it's just digging a hole deeper for where we are.
Yes.
So, I want people to know out there that having that conversation with myself or another, coach, counselor, whoever that may be, but to be able to really take the moment to give yourself that time and go, yes, it's going to be challenging, but I guarantee that challenge is going to bring a much better outcome than the challenges of resistance to what's going on in your life. So, I just want to know that there's another way. There is another way, and the quicker that you're able to understand that there is change and that you can come from this place with working on it, being accountable, understanding it, getting the learnings from it, replacing it with, all the other qualities that you have, and tapping in and changing those neural pathways with consistency, then it's amazing how your mind and thoughts will go first to, oh, I am worthy of that, than to turn and go, oh, gee, I stuffed up again. By geez, I stuffed up again. So, yeah, there is a way. There is a way that's non-invasive in the sense of there's no chemicals. It's what it is within.
Yes, yeah. One of the greatest refrains I've heard from one of my mentors is, what if life was happening for you instead of to you?
Yes, yeah.
And there, because nobody is broken. At least that's my belief.
Yeah, for me, you froze for a moment there, so I lost a little bit of what was just being said then. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I was just saying that you and I agree on the fact that nobody is really broken.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
so
it's really, it's embarrassing for people. They feel embarrassed, and there's truly nothing to be embarrassed about. As I said, I've lived alongside mental illness for over 50 years. Some of the things in my dysfunctional family that I have seen would horrify. I've suffered anxiety, depression myself. Anxiety where I was in a restaurant and I could feel it starting to build, and that I was getting to this point where I turned to my friend and said, can you let the waiters know I'm not running off and not paying the bill? I just need to get outside for a moment for that fresh air. And that was all I remember, because I woke up in a full restaurant on the floor. I had knocked the patrons off their chairs. I'd fallen through anxiety, purely through becoming so anxious that I then became so worked up. I was so hot. that when I stood up and went to go out, I just collapsed. I fainted. So that wasn't good for the restaurant, but, and of course they tried to hurry me. They were sort of going, you know, because I opened my eyes and people were talking to me, and it seemed like they were, you know, a kilometre away. That's how the echoey from the voice. And then they said, oh, you know, we'll get you up, which is understandable because I'm in the middle of their restaurant. And I'm doing my best to acknowledge, no, please, because as soon as they got me up, what happened? I fell back down again and passed out. So I do know what it's like. I've definitely been there.
Yeah.
And there are other ways.
Yeah, and that's a big difference, because people then they know that you understand what they're going through, and being able to empathize, you know, it makes a big difference. It is because they need to be listened to, and often they don't feel listened to. As you said, you go see the doctor and he has 12 minutes to see you.
Yeah, it's an epic.
So thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for interviewing me. Thank you.
You make it? Sorry. But thank you so much for sharing your truth around this, because a lot of people don't speak about it. It's got a lot of, there's a lot of stigma attached to feeling depressed, or, you know, lots of people have posted on Facebook this past few months, and I'm always here, make sure you call me and everything. And the other side never gets talked about. One of my friends recently posted, she wrote a very long post about the fact that she had been severely depressed for 7 months, and that she hadn't dared tell anybody. And that's a huge thing. It's like people do not realize where it's hiding. And knowing that there is a resource such as you, or hopefully me, that people can come to feel better, I think is a really big difference. So thank you so much for bearing through the technical difficulties.
Thank you.
We had a both entertaining and educational conversation. And how do people get hold of you, Lorraine?
Yes, I have a website, which is www. I always leave out a W. certitudelifecoaching.com.au. So that's CERTITUDE life coaching at .com.au. And I also have a Facebook page, Certitude Life Coaching with Lorraine Enright.
Okay, fantastic. And I hope people reach out to you. Make sure when you post it on Facebook, make sure you put the address underneath again or on top.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Because what you're offering is really important. And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. And it was great connecting with you. And I look forward to connecting with you again.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll say bye.